135 schools with over 58,000 underprivileged children. She is the chairperson of the International Women's Conference. She holds a master's degree in Sanskrit literature, trained as a Carnatic singer. People across the world wake up to her soulful albums of sacred chants and bhajans. She has previously authored 2 books, Tejaswani and Lalita. So thank you, Bhanu Didi, for doing everything you do. Thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for writing this amazing book. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Bhanu Didi. Earlier this year, she authored the international bestseller called Gurudev on the Plateau of the Peak, which gives readers a glimpse into the life of Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar. Now, we're all familiar with Gurudev's work as a global humanitarian and spiritual leader who's brought peace to war-torn and conflict-ridden parts of the world, from Syria to Iraq, Lebanon, Kashmir, Northeast India. The list goes on. More recently, he resolved a bloody civil war that gripped the country of Colombia for over half a century. His unique offering of the powerful breathing technique, the Sudarshan Kriya, has changed the lives of millions worldwide. Now, I can go on with us in this room for the next 2 days talking about his enormous body of work, but a simple Google search will give you all of it. What we are here for is to know the why, the how. How did a young boy born in a small town in Tamil Nadu grow up to be the man we know today? What motivated him to adopt the whole world as his family? How was he able to convince a group of hardened guerrilla soldiers to lay down their arms, that too without speaking their language? How did he come up with the Sudarshan Kriya? Was he sitting in front of an anatomical chart of the human body with a mathematical formula, or did it just come to him? How did his family react when he decided to don the white robes of a sannyasi? Well, lucky for us, we don't have to keep wondering about these questions. We have his sister, Bhanu Didi, who's had front row seats to all the amazing events and experiences that led to Gurudev being the man we know today. Not only that, she even wrote a book about it. To give you all a small glimpse into Gurudev's body of work, we have a short video for you.
People cannot stand tension or stress for too long. Somewhere one has to give up. You can't hold your fist too long like that. Somewhere you have to relax. And when you relax, you see the whole sky is on your hand. That tendency is began in the world.
A round of applause, please. Now, before we get into the events of today evening, I'd like to invite up on stage Bhanu Didi, Jija Hari Singh, Dr. Shalini Rajneesh, Mr. Madhurao, and Dr. B.M. Shankar to light the lamp. Also, we are honored to have amongst us the former chairman of ISRO, Shri Kiran Kumar. Thank you for gracing us with your presence, sir. Could I invite you to speak a few words to the audience, please? Thank you.
Good evening to all of you. It's indeed a great privilege and honor to be here today to listen to Bhanu Didi and also participate in this program. I am a very small person in the presence of the greats of Sri Ravi Shankar, who has made a mark in the entire world and also probably in this universe. Today, though science has progressed a lot, what science has achieved is still a small fraction compared to the great achievements of Sri Ravi Shankar. While in India, we have a great heritage of people who have achieved greatness by looking inwards, while today's Western world looking at what can be achieved in the materialistic way by bringing in new tools for looking at this world. While it has helped us live an improved availability of tools for living, it has still not taught us how we can live in this world peacefully, in a manner harmoniously. That is where people of Sri Ravi Shankar's category make a huge difference to the world and also to this universe. I am indeed greatly honored to be invited to be present here. Thank you very much for this, and look forward to listening to the Bhanu Didi's version of how Ravi Shankar has made a difference to this world. Thank you.
Thank you for those words, sir. Now, let's get into the part of the evening we've all been waiting for. I have so many questions for Bhanu Didi about the book, but unfortunately for me, I'm stuck behind this podium. But we're lucky to have with us Srinivas Uppaluri, fondly called Srini. He'll be asking Bhanu Didi questions about the book, maybe even get her to share some untold stories she may have left out from the book. He'll be asking Bhanu Didi questions about the book. Srini is an accredited leadership coach who enables CEOs, CXOs, business heads to build leadership capabilities. He has authored a book called Switch, which is expected to hit stores very shortly. Srini is also the global head of marketing at Infosys. So please, a big round for Srini. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming Bhanu Didi and Srini up on the stage.
Good evening, everyone. It's been a privilege to be on the stage along with Bhanu Didi to discuss about this book. This year has been a great year for me. I had a surprise gift on Jan 2nd when I went to my publisher to do the last edits of my book. And at the end of the edits, he had this book as a gift for me even before it was launched. So it was a great privilege to get hold of this book. And this is a second privilege to probably interview her about the book and the thinking behind many things she's shared here. I will just start with an interesting quote in the book. And it starts off saying that the hotel room was a Victorian building, ornate, white, and clean. My room was spacious. The bedside lamps were pretty and hand-painted. I had very pleasant feeling within me. I've settled in and slept with the thought of a very beautiful dawn that I'll wake up to. Can anyone guess under what circumstances she's describing this beautiful bedroom she's about to retire to and looking forward to the day? Yes, sir. This is in the midst of the revolutionary armed forces discussions in Colombia, right? And they were about to negotiate peace with them. So I always wondered, Didi, can you please, you and Gurudev are so centered all the time, enjoying surroundings in the middle of such events. We all get overwhelmed by our events and activities in front of us and miss observing everything. Today probably I have not observed this hall at all. I'm so overwhelmed by interviewing you here. So could you please share with us how one can be so centered and enjoy life like this?
Welcome all of you, and I'm so happy you have all come here. Gurudev always says, when you look at everybody, see, I'm just observing all of you. I see all smiling and friendly faces. So first thing is over. Now I'm not feeling uncomfortable. So that is the first step, and to feel that cordiality, to feel that friendliness, you have to have a communication, whether it is verbal or just, the presence. So it's always about the presence that Gurudev represents. His presence is so powerful and it's so loving, that even the FARC people, that gorilla outfit, how they transformed in 3 days in front of my own eyes. I've seen this, I've been an eyewitness for the whole episode. So that is when I wrote this, that in spite of, even I was not aware actually, I was only enjoying all the, we thought only a few of us had gone. Usually with Gurudev, those of you who have met Gurudev, you know how always there is a crowd, isn't it? There's a lot of people around him, lot of devotees. So here, there were only 7 of us who had gone all the way to Cuba. After a very whirlwind tour in Argentina and Colombia, very beautiful, successful programs, here we are in this dainty hotel, very beautiful hotels, only 7 of us. And I thoroughly enjoyed the solitude. And it was such a, it was like 50, 60-year-old back how the whole thing is, about the Cuba is such a place that it is not at all developed in the sense what we call the so-called development. There's not many high-rise buildings, nothing like that. Even all the cars and all is like vintage cars. Here we pay so much money for vintage cars. There are taxis and all, very old taxis, like vintage cars type. So, and the things I learned about Cuba was so nice that you cannot cut trees there. You know? If you cut one tree, it is $1,000 fine. And your, actually their standard of living was so, in fact, very, that they used to earn like $80 to $100 wages. That is the thing. So in such a case, they had such a high this thing for trees, and then you cannot, cow slaughtering is not allowed there. All these things I really liked about the place, But then I was really unaware of the whole situation that we are going to meet these guerrilla leaders, and when I got to know, I was expecting somebody with a lot of guns and then, very stern looking people. So when I met these people, when I went into the hall, it was such a big surprise for me. They were all so simple and very, I would say they were so educated, well-read and very dignified people. They looked, even though they were involved in this guerrilla war for the past 50, 60 years, the civil war was really there, in Colombia. So then they came with, of course, first there was not so much of faith for them, because somebody knew, somebody has come who's telling that we'll bring peace in your country. Correct. So there was little hesitation, but then as the talks went on, the next day it was like just so smooth. It was like any friend talking like this, they, of course they didn't know our language, Spanish translations were happening. And the third day, by the third day they followed, all of them have followed us. Everywhere Gurudev will go, he had talks in the Indian embassy and then in colleges, everywhere they have all come. And then third day they called for a press meet and then announced all that I have written in the book. Yeah. But it was a revelation for me that it is not what we are saying and who is saying it, If you say something, that your presence, your cleansing presence, your purity of heart and the love really, in Gurudev, they found. Absolutely. And they could really relate to it. And this is how one of the press people were asking me, how do you think we were all, there was so much of the negotiation happening, so many years, how come in 3 days he has done this? I said, it's not about what he said, it is about who has said. Absolutely. It's not the words, So basically, this I have been seeing time and again, whether it is in such a setup in guerrilla area or it is in the prison. And we also visited prisons, and this high security prison in Brazil. Right. There you should have seen these people who have already done our programs, how they were waiting for Gurudev, and then they were so grateful that at least here, we are happy that we were in the prison so that we could do this program. Outside we would have never done this, wow. They said, such is the experience of people and genuine. That genuinity of Gurudev's presence and his love, that's what is coming forth in any situation. This I have been witness right from my childhood. Whenever I was, even when we were small, it used to be the same thing, the way he would talk to people, whether young or old, they will all get attracted to him.
But this transformation seems to be so effortless, the whole people putting their arms down and coming. And you end the chapter by describing a walk on the beach. So it's absolutely amazing that how you centered you and how you make this transition happen. Thank you. I just wanted to shift to another time when Gurudev started this whole movement. You needed this? Okay. Gurudev started this whole movement. He brought 175 children to your house in Jayanagar.
Yeah.
The very cute moments described in the book about Pitaji putting oil on their head and during Diwali days or during festival days. Could you share experiences how it was to live with 175 people in the house?
Actually, there is one more house nearby our house, that's where they lived. They all came. This is okay? better, huh?
You don't need this problem. But it'd be nice to hear from you, Ashley.
Now you can hear, yeah. We like technology. It's made our life easier if it is used properly, huh? So it is all about, Gurudev's personal touch, like that is what even Pitaji was like that, we have imbibed this. Pitaji and Amma, they did share the great vision of Gurudev. That's how Gurudev could come into this house, that how there was so much of support from my father, for all the things that Gurudev did. And he was very proud of him. That was also there. And he had his own ways, and Pitaji was a very simple man. And he would say, we would go to all these programs, and then he'll say, oh, all the VIP seats, like that. Then he'll say, very important person, no? He will say, oh, I was sitting in the VOC, like that. I asked him, what is VOC? He's a very ordinary chap. And then he will laugh about it, And he had no such ego issue at all. He was such a simple person and so highly scholarly, and he knew so much about life, and we had such a good parentage, parenting from, even my mother was such a gentle and very sweet lady. So she did support Gurudev in, like we had this 175 children, they had to come to Bangalore all of a sudden from Delhi. And next day was the Diwali, and it's very special in South India about Diwali, how you go home. And how the mother, father, they keep the oil, and if you know the tradition, South Indian. So all these children were brought, and then I have heated so much of oil, and Amma will hold it with her, and Pitaji will put on these children, apply on their head. And this was really amazing when he says that all children are mine. He will say, I have 2 wonderful children, but I have many children too. So this he really lived. These are the stalwarts in my life who have lived, walked the talk, So also Gurudev, what he says, he does it. So these are the inspiration, at least little bit I can also follow. And I just wanted people to know his magnanimity and that, side of the personality. He's very human, very, in the sense, very simple. At the same time, you cannot fathom their, what they're going to do next. And like, he can go to a simple village function where there are hardly 100 people are there. He will talk to them, advise them, and he can go to the United Nations. Like that, there is no such disparity for him. Everybody is same. This I have noticed. Many of you who know Gurudev, they also know how personal touch. Everybody can have a personal relation with him, and he knows what you want, right thing, So I'll tell you an instance. Once it so happened that one of the boys in our ashram, we have Vishalakshmi Mandap, there satsang happen every day. So in one of the satsang, a lot of Gujaratis had come. They had brought a lot of sweets. So they had given it to Gurudev, offering, So it was all kept, and then later one boy will collect everything and bring it to Gurudev's Ganga Kutir. So then one boy who was there managing, one Pandu his name was, and he wanted a particular sweet. He loved that sweet, and he was eyeing the sweet all the time. He told me later, But other person has collected everything and taken it in the basket to Ganga without, no. So then he said, oh, I wanted it like that. He had the wish. After 2 days exactly, this box goes to him from another sevak from the Ganga, Upkarji went, took it to Pandu, and he's saying, Gurudev sent you this box. So he told me later, Didi, how did Gurudev know that I wanted this? 2 दिन के पहले मैं तो इसको ही देख रहा था. I wanted to take it. So like that he knows, you know, everything he knows who wants what to the dot. So this really amazes me. You can't ask me how he knows. I am also wondering about it.
Very interesting question. He meets so many people. He travels so many places. Yeah. How does he select whom to meet, where to travel?
This is very interesting because it's like wherever there is a pull, wherever there is a need, he goes, you know. Gurudev always has spoken about this in a comb of knowledge. He says, if one strand is pulled, then you know that this strand is there. That like that, wherever there is a need, the masters, enlightened master come there. So I tell you on another instance, I don't know whether I've written it in this. So there was a satsang in Bombay, or Mumbai. Huh? So Mumbai, you know how big satsangs and so many people, and Chitra knows about it, you know, even in olden days, right? So much crowd, and there were 2 ladies, women who had come from Ahmedabad, and then they wanted to come near him and touch his feet, take his Ashirwad. They couldn't come because there was too much of crowd. So they were feeling bad about it, but still, you know, they just at least, chalo, we were in the satsang, they felt like that. And then they went into the train. So incidentally, Gurudev also traveled in the same train, and they had arranged a train journey. And these women were in the ladies' compartment. So Gurudev, in this train, it was express, you know, but they were made to stop in every other station. There people were meeting him, like that happened. So one such stop, the train started moving because there were so many people, you know, garrowing him, what is that? Crowding him. So Gurudev just ran and went into some compartment that happened to be the ladies' compartment. And there these 2 ladies were there. They have gone and dashed to his feet. They were the happiest. Absolutely. I tell you, they said, Gurudev, you have only come for us to this. Otherwise, there is no reason for him to travel in that.
I know.
So they were so happy like this, you know, there is, everybody has a line, a direct line for him. I think connection is there.
So true. So all of our experience. You have actually also described some very cute moments from your childhood with Gurudev. I enjoyed those great moments. What a castor oil, where you gave up the hiding position, right? Do you continue this practice with your grandchildren today?
Now, no castor oil, you know. When 5 decades ago, it used to be, yes, to cleanse the stomach once a month. It was called castor oil Sunday. And we were so, you know, not wanting to drink it. So my father was so skillful. He will tell stories. He will make us go around the house. We'll run around our garden, in the garden. And he will chase us as though he cannot, you know, catch us. And then he will allow us to go and hide somewhere. We used to go and hide under the cot. Simple games, you know. Those days there was no other entertainment. Running around, which is very, very beautiful, you know. Children miss it out, these generation children. So then we will be under the cot and I will be the first one to giggle, you know. I will feel so tickled by, you know, my father will say, where are they? I can't see them. He can see you know, he will play with us. So I will giggle and I will give out, you know, then we'll come and then giggling only we'll drink it, you know, we'll forget the taste. So that was the skillful way of administering anything that, you know, good for us, which we don't like. So these are the things that we can learn from elders, you know, that my grandchildren, I have not given them castor oil or anything. My children also grew up with my parents only, my father, mother, they were so lucky, both Ajay and Arvind. My grandchildren, you have to ask my son only, Ajay. But they are very sweet.
I'll quote from the book, you say, for whatever my brother did, I had to do. So much togetherness, but this was definitely not competition. No such thing as sibling rivalry.
No, I didn't know the word even.
So I just wanted to talk about, today we talk about everybody has peer rivalry, sibling rivalry, so prevalent, which comes in the way of enjoying another person's growth and other person's success. So from your lessons, your growing up, your parenting, your time with Guruji, what lessons we can learn so that, we can imbibe this kind of, enjoying others' success and others' skills and capabilities. Guruji calls it celebrating diversity and all those things. What are your lessons and insights on this?
I just was sharing with Shalini ji this evening only, said, it's, there is no such thing as competition in nowadays. It was like more of idealism, like his elder brother means you feel you have to follow him, he's correct, no? In that way, and also Gurudev is from such a space that you will know for sure that you cannot compete in such things, So it is, he's always uplifting you. There is no such feeling of lack consciousness is not there. So you don't feel like that, jealous or anything. That in olden days, in our time, if you get angry, it was not correct, So if at all you are angry about something like your mother didn't give you what you wanted to eat, she will say, now you have to eat food, then you will eat all those fried things, which we like, murukku and all that. So I used to get angry, and my grandmother used to say, leave your anger in that corner where the one angel will take away all your anger. Yeah, I used to believe. In those days, children were little simple. We were not exposed to all this internet. And then I'll go stand and I'll feel all my anger is gone. Really, I used to feel like that. So, in fact, Gurudev says, even now, he very recently, he told one of the child was saying, I feel very terrible, when I lose a game. And how can I be happy when I lose a game, when I have worked for it. So then Gurudev said to him that, see, if you win, if your friend feels bad about it, sad about it, will you like it? The game will be good for you, the winning? No, he said. So like that, your friend has won, so you must enjoy that, So, and then he also says, make a new friend every day, this I have Art Excel programs and all. So, I feel that in such a situation, children do feel the friendliness, and there's an expansion happening. I would say that our best thing that has happened in this century, in this era, I would say that we have got such a wonderful enlightened master, and his mere presence can uplift us. We have to have that awareness, that little. They say you have to take one step towards the divine, and the divine takes 10 steps. So what Gurudev says is that everybody is divine. He's not saying only I am God, isn't it? So when he can elevate you to that level, you need a guide for everything, isn't it? For learning any skills, you need a guide. So to tread the path of the unknown, that is the inner realm, adrishya, you say, that you do need a guru guidance in that, And we are so fortunate. That is why I said, let me pen down my, thoughts on this, and if anybody is inspired, they're lucky. I'm happy about it.
It's very inspirational, and I think what you talked about today is seeing that other person's win is also your win is a very interesting way of people learning from this. Didi, I'll talk about another incident which really touched me, and it's also my experience, whatever little path I've been on this path, I get surprised many times what comes out through me. I've never been thinking about it, and suddenly I realize that I've been, something flows through me. So in this book is full of such incidents where you talked about, Guruji, you're coming up with something absolutely amazing. One such incident really touched me is the journey you had from home to airport to drop him, and he was singing Shivoham. Could you please sing that song today and lead us into that? Thank you.
It's very interesting. You know, the Shivoham is a very special song. Gurudev wrote this song. And I think I've written about it, right? That in those days, you know, I used to feel whenever Gurudev will go anywhere, he will be gone for 3-4 months. You know, he will come after 3-4 months. And I had my small children to take care, and I used to be here only, not traveling with him. So I used to feel terrible. I used to feel, I know, all the time I'll feel, you know, I'll cry 2 days before only Ganga Bhavani, everything will be coming. So Gurudev knows about all this, you know, he's so skillful. So one day I was crying, sobbing sitting behind the car, and then he told me, he was sitting in the front, he's saying, Bhanu, just listen to this song. This is coming nice song, you listen and then you have to learn this. So immediately all my crying stopped. I have to listen. Those days there was no cell phone to record, and you know, you have to record in your memory, mind only. So I was so much keen observation on this, and he sang this for me, you know, Shivoham. And then next 3 months I was only singing this song, so that, you know, you have to reproduce it properly, right? So it's a very special song for me, you know, that really made me, my whole mood changed that time, you know, just shifted, and I was only learning all the next 3 months. I was busy about this song, you know, and everybody who has heard this song feels so nice about it because he has written it.
Singing it for us now?
Of course, anytime.
So will all of us join singing with her?
Nityo नित्योऽहं शुद्धोऽहं बुद्धोऽहं मुक्तोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं
Thank you so much. Amazing. It's the most amazing song. Another incident I seen in this book where you talk about a visit to France and you did an advanced course in a small village where I think the beginning of the advanced course you talked about how there are the vibrations and the environment wasn't really good, and all the meditations and all the Sudarshan Kriya practices during those 3 days, it transformed the vibrations and the environment there. And I think this is an experience everybody has. Our cities are so stressed and so full of, discomfort nowadays. Are we not having enough meditators to make this change? Or I think most of our sankalpas are more personal and we are not thinking from the larger perspective. How can we bring more peace and harmony to our cities and small towns around here?
Actually, it is, of course, meditation is so personal, and what we do is, from Gurudev always says, Vyakti Vikas, first you focus on the individual self. Then you can really bring in social transformation. Because I will go and say, if I am stressed and I am telling relax, I say, then nobody will relax. So I need to be first. So Gurudev always gives us the tool to first be happy and make others happy. Like that, first be relaxed. So it is necessary that we take care of our mental health. So I feel that there is more awareness created now. Many are turning to spirituality. Before it used to be like, once I turned 60, I've turned 60, but for 4 decades I have been meditating. But what we say is, it's no more limited to that, like after retirement you have to meditate. It's not like now. We have seen so many youth coming into this path, and they really require, there is a need. So as I said, wherever there is a need, it happens, that's how Gurudev has been traveling length and breadth of this, I would say, universe, not the country, even in the country, everywhere he has only one message of peace and, happiness and contentment. That's what he wants for all of us. So there are, I feel very encouraged actually to see so many of us meditating, so many youth meditating. It is happening for the good only. And also Gurudev says, what you focus, it grows. So this awareness, if we can just kindle this, people are ready to have this knowledge. So it is our responsibility also, because one happy person can create 100 people around them happy. Same thing, if one is stressed, 100 people are stressed, isn't it? In a home, if someone is not happy, the rest of the members also get that feeling. So it is very necessary, and Gurudev has given us the tool. It's very simple, meditate for 20 minutes, breathe. So learn and we have so many teachers. We have more than 20,000 teachers in India alone who teach us meditation and breathing programs. Definitely, how many of us here not learnt Art of Living still? Anybody? Okay. There are classes happening, huh? Meditation is very simple, Now we'll do meditation. Are you all ready for meditation? So it really makes you happy. You know, meditation is a state where this mind without agitation, simple term, mind without agitation. Because, you know, our mind gets agitated for the drop of a hat, they say, no, just for simple reasons. Because we have that low resistance, whether it be the body layer or the mind layer. No? So we need to attend to this, and I feel that it is Gurudev is here, and we also have joined. You know, all of us we should join in his vision of a stress-free and a violence-free society. You know, so that is why he is spreading this knowledge. That's why this book has to be sold. What do you say? More, Madhuji. Yeah.
We meditate. Can I ask one more
Yeah,
question?
yeah.
There are probably some questions in the audience.
So many questions. You should read the book. It's very small book.
I'll just ask one more question from my side and then take one from the audience. You know,
Yeah.
the other very important point, movement in the book is about when Guruji in 1991 or 1990 talks about Ashtavakra Gita, and you walk into an evening satsang where he decided to share the knowledge from Ashtavakra Gita. So for me, I think must have been people who have been attending that must have been a unique set of people to have done that. This knowledge keeps changing. I mean, the understanding of this knowledge and wisdom grows on you over a period of time. And to me, in my own small experience, this keeps revealing different things. Just wanted to understand from your perspective how you have seen the knowledge throwing new light every time over your the last 50 years. 60 years.
You know, Ashtavakra is my favorite, apart from Yoga Vasisht. Even though I am a Sanskrit student, I have not read all these literature, the scriptures, you know, but when Gurudev gave this, already 3 times he has spoken about Ashtavakra. All the 3 times I have been fortunate to be present there. It's just fantastic. Even a newcomer can just listen to this. It is so wonderful, practical wisdom that Gurudev has given, very precious knowledge. Many of you who have heard Ashtavakra will agree with me, isn't it? So this was the first Ashtavakra was given in Bangalore Ashram 1990, August, I remember very well. And is it August? Correct, I think, August. So he, the way he walked in, the way he spoke, it was so ethereal. And every time I'll pinch myself, am I his sister, is he my brother? Whenever he is giving such high knowledge, I cannot believe myself that I have come with him. And I'm so fortunate and blessed, you know, to have him, to be his sister, you know. So this Ashtavakra is time, you know, I would say time beyond time, that any time it is suited. It's such a beautiful wisdom, practical wisdom. And like that, Gurudev has given so many gifts to us. Whether it is Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Ashtavakra, and then he has given, what else? Narada Bhakti Sutra, best about love, you know. So every day also, no, like any book you take one, I will tell all my friends, you know, just if you have any confusion in your mind, any question, just open one book, you will find an answer. Which I find an answer, so I will guide them like that. So it has been such a beautiful journey, and it is nothing airy-fairy about it. It is so approachable. Gurudev is so approachable, and he is so, you know, available to us. And that is the beauty of Gurudev, you know, that if otherwise you have heard about masters, enlightened masters, there is a distance, but with him it's not like that. That is why, you know, everybody can approach him, whether it is a monk or a householder, you know. And that is where my mother used to say, you know, when people used to say, oh, your only son, he is left home and gone, she will say, no, no, correct, she'll correct. He has brought the whole world into my family. You know, this was her broad vision. So that is still continuing, you know. And Gurudev, how he makes you part of his vision, part of his dream. Everybody, whether it is small child, they are saying, you know, in fact, our Divya here, our Babban's daughter Divya is there, one little one, 2-3 years. That child says to Gurudev, why Dada you are going? I feel like crying. When you go, when you come, I am very happy. 2-year-old child was telling, you know, last year she was telling like that. So it is like nobody has taught her. So this is the beauty of Gurudev. That is what is my experience.
We are so blessed to learn about Gurudev through this book. It's been a fantastic window for us. Can I now request somebody from the audience?
Yeah. So we'll take some audience questions right now. But first, please, big round of applause for Bhanumathi. Those were some amazing stories. I had a massive grin on my face throughout. Thank you, Srini, for asking some amazing questions. Before we jump into the audience questions, I have a question of my own. So,
that it was very easy for me. Now Arjun is asking something.
No. You've talked about this in the book. You know, when Gurudev before he left for Switzerland with Maharishi, you described him as leaving wearing, you know, trousers and a shirt. And then he came back with robes, a beard and long hair. And he was essentially a sannyasi at that point. And when we think sannyasi, we think somebody who's going to disappear off into the jungle somewhere in an ashram, isolated, no contact with friends and family. How was that for you? What did you go through when that news broke, and what did the family think, and how were they dealing with it?
You know, I remember very vividly, like, he had returned from Switzerland. He had gone to Switzerland for 3 years. He had not come home. And in that he will send me cards, very special cards with lot of stamps which I used to collect when I was in school. And then he will write in that, you know, now here so many nice clothes are available. It's so tough to choose any. So I have decided to wear the white, which has all the 7 colors. So I will be wondering, why is he wearing white? Even then I say he's told 7 colors, you know. And then he will say to me, you know, in Bangalore, if you give 50 rupees, even by hair, even the head they can cut. But here it is so expensive, barber shop like that. You know, he's very humorous, Gurudev. That sense of humor is so beautiful. Even my father had a sense of humor, and my mother also. Always she will tell whenever Gurudev come home and he will be in a hurry to go. So she will say, you are always in hurry, I am always in Shiva, she will tell, you know. So such were the conversation between father, mother, son, you know. And Gurudev has written to me, you know, that's why I decided to grow my hair long, because I don't want to spend so much money on barber's shop. Like that, then I said, oh, he's growing his hair long. Even then I had no clue. But when he came in the airport and me and Gurudev had gone to, you know, bring him, and I saw somebody in a white kurta and then veshti, you know, that dhoti, and little long hair like this. And I was thinking, who is this? Like, I'm searching for my brother who had gone in the pant shirt, and like I'm searching everywhere. And then when I saw his eyes, it was unmistakable. You know, nobody's eyes is like his eyes. So I couldn't go out of that, you know, like just eyes were the caption. You know, it captivated my whole being. That's it. Then when he came, he was there for 4-5 days, and in those days, we were so busy asking him about his about his journey there, you know, 3 years, what he did in Switzerland, all that. So he made us all forget about his dressing or his, you know, my mother was asking, what is this Vesha, you know, like she will ask, and he'll say, don't you like it? And she'll say, yes, yes. You know, that is how it was accepted. And I had no clue, but during one of the Navaratris, I don't know whether I have written in this. Okay, one you want. Yes. So he will wear always one orange shawl. Somebody had given one saint had given him, and he was very fond of that orange shawl. So he'll wear that, and then somebody had told me, you know, if white is okay for me. Still, he is still in the house. Orange means I know he is going to go out of the house. So I was so against this orange shawl. Every time after these 10 days of Navratri, you know, I will be the one who will take it and hide it. And Gurudev will always ask me, where is the orange shawl? He will ask me only, not anybody else. So I will look elsewhere, I will not even, that is a sisterly affection can be shown there. I wouldn't answer, but only every Navratri that shawl will come out, orange shawl. Even now he wears. Now I'm very happy everybody gives him color shawls. But that was, those were the days, I still used to have some hesitation. But I know that it is like, I had read it in Bhagavatam that how Yashoda used to think that the Krishna was her son all the time, how she was trying to hold the wind in the pallu, can you hold? She used to hold like that. Like that we can't hold Gurudev, he is everybody's. When you realize that, and Gurudev was saying, when you're holding like this, it is just limited. When you open it, it is everywhere, So like that I have had this experience, but he has introduced me to greater, that dimension, that any time he is there for us, all the time he is there for us. So that way I don't feel insecure anymore. The orange I like now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are there any more questions from the audience? Over here. Yeah, Mike?
So you have read my book then?
Yes. So, so from a family of 4 people, so over 400 million lives have been touched. So your family is so much bigger now.
Yeah.
How did you adapt to this change, and how did you adopt so many of us into your family? What's your journey been there?
I have been lifted up, no adoption. I'm just, that is the grace of the Guru, he is my Guru, so he has made me realize. Just now I answered your question before you even asked, isn't it? So I have learnt in a nice way that we cannot say he is only my family, he has family everywhere. And I am also part of that family because I am his sister, isn't it? So that way, I like to have more, even 400 more million people in the family. Gurudev has always says, broaden your vision, deepen your roots. So that in his vision, there are many more waiting, and I am ready to take them also. Even if I am not ready, they will come. So better to be ready, what do you say? Intelligent way to be open, right?
Any other questions?
First of all, thank you so much for writing this book and what Gurudev and you are.
Before you say anything, I want to tell you are my inspiration. He is the one who reads Yoga Vasisht. He has read beautifully Hindi version of Yoga Vasisht, and every day I listen to yours.
Thank you so much.
It's fantastic.
I wanted to ask that, Gurudev, wherever he goes around the world, he attracts so many people. But a lot of other people also are able to attract people, but he's very close to us, a lot of people. And that needs that many dimensions in your personality. So, with Gurudev, I remember there's an incident in the book where Philip, one of our teachers, comes in the house and Gurudev is watching TV and he's shocked. The Guru watches TV also. And the Guru eats Pringle chips also. So I wanted to know, as this movement grew and more people started coming to Gurudev and into your life also, how did you discover, what were the different sides to Gurudev that you discovered, and what was it like?
Sorry, I've written I Love Lucy. In those days in America, there used to be a serial called I Love Lucy. Lucy, no? Lucy show. It's very beautiful, actually, this Lucy, very humorous, So the place where we were staying, she used to like Lucy. She had so many collection of Lucy shows. So Gurudev said, what is all this? And she said, it's very funny, Gurudev, will you watch? So that's how he was watching that. I also liked it. Then I bought so many. I used to watch Lucy's show. Now we have forgotten all this humor we have. We need to introduce all these things back. There is nothing like, that Gurudev says selective about anything. He is one with everybody, like be a Roman in Rome like that, it's not like as long as it is vegetarian, any cuisine is good, welcome for him. For me, it's not like that. I need my idlis and rasam. But Gurudev can adopt to any, you go to their house, any food you make, Gurudev will say it's fantastic. He'll eat, he'll appreciate. So there's so much of belongingness in Gurudev that everybody, all inclusive. That is the greatest strength that I have noticed, that there is no exclusivity, like no, this is not, I don't want this, I don't want this, nothing like that. Gurudev has that all inclusive in everything that he does. This is the speciality. I'm quite sure all of us, even you have noticed this, around him there are so many people, very high intellectual to somebody very basic, nobody who don't know anything also, like, but everybody has a place in his ambit, they're connected to him. So, but everybody has their own wonderful story to share about. But today you have all come to listen to my part of my book. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy that I didn't really expect so many people. I was telling Bharti, why did you put so many chairs? No, it was such a short notice, but you have all come. And I really want all of you to connect to Gurudev directly through this book or otherwise. Or if you're already connected, I'm very happy. But if it can make you, some of you have not met Gurudev, we welcome you to our ashram. It's very near, just 45 minutes, 1 hour, no, from here, just 1 hour from here. Please do come when he is there and you just experience him. He is so down to earth, approachable, and the best guru you can ever find. And you can see me also when you come to ashram. So nice, thank you. So are you all ready for meditation? Are you hungry? Or just 10 minutes we'll meditate. And today we'll meditate with the music.
Yep.
Our Vishal is a wonderful Chitra. The Veena is called Chitra Veena. He's here.
Big round of applause for Vishal.
He will play for us some raga and we'll close our eyes and meditate for that. Shall we do that? Let's close our eyes. This light can be off. Let's sit comfortably and easily. Relax your arms. If you have your book or your bag, you can keep it down. Just relax. Eyes closed. Palms facing the sky, open palms. Smile on your face. Normal breathing. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, relax your whole body. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck. Relax your eyebrows, your forehead, your eyes. Keep a gentle smile on your lips and relax your whole body. Keep breathing, normal, deep, gentle breath. Your incoming breath energizes the body and your outgoing breath relaxes the body. Breathe in with a smile and breathe out with a smile. Let's listen to the music and feel in the music in your whole body. गुरोर्परमदैवतम् गुरोर्परतरं नास्ति तस्मै श्री श्री गुरवे नमः। अनेकजन्म सम्प्राप्त कर्मबन्धविदाहिनी आत्मज्ञानप्रदाने तस्मै श्री श्री गुरवे नमः। मन्नाथ श्री जगन्नाथ मद्गुरो श्री जगद्गुरो मदात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्री श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Once again, breathe in. And as you breathe out, become aware of your body and surroundings. And very slowly and gradually, take your own time, very slowly and gradually, you may open your eyes. Jai Guru.
Thank you. Thank you, Bhanuma, for that wonderful meditation. Thank you, Vishal, for that soothing Veena music. And thank you all for joining us tonight. I hope that this evening was as enriching for you as it was for me. And also, Bhanu Didi has signed hundreds of copies. Bhanu Didi has signed hundreds of copies of the book. She's personally signed them so that no one's disappointed. You can collect them on your way out. And please, if you haven't been to the ashram, please come to the ashram. Gurudev is going to be there for the next whole month. I really encourage you to come and experience some meditation, the Sudarshan Kriya, meet him. Yes, and thank you all for coming tonight. Thank you. Big round of applause for Bhanu Didi again. Thank you so much. Thank you, Srini.